In this session, we are going to talk about anonymous inner class. See, is it possible to declare any variable without any name? No, it is not possible. Is it possible to declare any method without any name? Yes, there are some Java new features are there. In that lambda expressions concept is there where we can declare a method without a name. Such a type of terminology is allowed. So next and after that, is it possible to create any object without any name? Yes, we can create object without any name. Such a type of objects are called as nameless objects. Even in our previous classes also, I mean yesterday's class also, we discussed about that. Sir, now is it possible to create any class without any name? Yes, nameless classes also there. But if you are declaring a class within another class without any name, such a type of classes are called as what? Anonymous inner classes. Sir, most commonly used classes is nothing but this one only. But anyway, I will show you how to create this one. Let me add some theory points. Sir, sometimes sometimes we can declare inner class. We can declare inner class without any name, without any name. So such a type of inner classes are called as anonymous inner classes. If you are declaring any inner class without any name, such a type of inner class is called as what? Anonymous inner class. So the main purpose of anonymous inner classes is just for instant use means what? One time usage. If anywhere one time usage is required, then we can go for this. Okay, so how to do that part and all I will explain with examples. Don't worry at all. Sir, up to this theory wise, do you have any queries?
No, sir.
Clear?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
So
sir.
there are three places are there. There are three places are there where we can define these anonymous inner classes. There are three places are there. What is the first place? Anonymous inner class that extends a class. A class can extend another class. There also we can use this. And anonymous inner class that implements an interface. In such cases also we can define. So anonymous inner class, so that defined inside arguments. Sometimes inside the parameters also we can define anonymous classes. So all these things with the example I will show you. First, let me take anonymous inner class. Okay, anonymous inner class so that extends another class. Sir, where we are using this kind of scenario, observe carefully. Here first example I am showing for you people. Observe carefully. Example number 1. What is the first example is, see, I'm taking a class called demo d1 or demo d is equal to, or d1 is equal to new demo. Can I say in this line we created object for demo class? Correct? We created object for demo class. Am I right?
Yes.
So now if I am taking demo d2 is equal to new demo, and after this just I'm going to create one block of statements. Here also we can write some coding. Sir, then whatever code you are writing here belongs to what? Sir, this demo is called as parent class. We are creating another class which is extending the properties from demo, like that. So parent class reference is nothing but this one, and here we are going to hold child class implementation, something like overriding and all. Okay, so this is nothing but example one. In the real time, we are using this scenario n number of times. Up to this, any queries? Is the first example is clear?
Sir, what is the syntax of writing an invocation method?
No, without any name, just directly like a class. Once if you see executable code, you will get clarity, but you can see we are defining a class here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, so another example, sir, maybe this example you can't understand now, but later you will get clarity. How to create object for thread class? Generally, thread T1 is equal to new thread. Like this, we can create object for thread. Sir, I want to create one object for thread class, which should extend another thread class. Sir, how to do that? So thread T2 is equal to, so I'm taking new thread, and inside this, we can define coding, sir. Here we have to write some set of instructions. Now what will happen, sir? This here also semicolon is mandatory. So here what we are going to do is, whatever implementation that you are writing, it is related to the child class. It is related to the child class. So who is the parent for this class? Thread class. So we are defining another class without any name. Similarly, one more example I will give, just theory part only I am taking. Runnable runnable r is equal to new runnable. Observe carefully, we can't create object for runnable because runnable is an interface. But if you are writing implementation code for that, yes, it will become a class. Happily you can write implementation. So like this, first approach is nothing but what? Anonymous inner class, nameless class, which is extending the properties from another class. Don't worry, with one example I will show you how it is going to work. Up to this, any questions?
No.
Right. So now we will see one real-time scenario where we are going to use this, because if I take one executable code, you will get clarity. Let me take that one. What is that executable code I am taking here is, observe carefully. I am creating one new Java program. Let me take the file name as a test. So I am storing that. So inside test folder, test.java I am taking. Now observe. See here, I'm going to define one class. What is the name of the class is popcorn. Popcorn. Like this, I'm taking a class. So inside this popcorn class, I'm taking one method called taste. So what is the content inside this? Generally, the taste of the popcorn is always salt, something like salty. Now, how to create object for popcorn? So simply we can take, so popcorn P is equal to new popcorn. Like this I am going to take. By using this, we can call taste method. That's all. So the output what we are going to get here is nothing but what? Salty. Let me check. Java C. So test.java, Java space test. Just a salty. Any queries? Any queries? Any queries up to this? Normal program only. Any queries?
No.
Right. So now what I'm going to do is, if I want to create, okay, if I want to create some other code for this, like I want to take some child class for this. How to create child class for this? Can I take class sub popcorn, like this I'm going to take. So first let me copy paste this output. So what is the another example I'm taking is, just I'm going to extend the properties. One second. Now you can see just I'm going to create one sub popcorn, which is extending the properties from popcorn class, and I want to override that method. So like void test, so system dot out dot println of, I want to implement another method like spicy test I'm taking. So now how to create object? Sir, popcorn P is equal to new popcorn, like this I'm taking. But if you want a child class, then what we need to do? So we have to take popcorn in this style, like popcorn P2 is equal to, so new sub popcorn and P2 dot test. Now what will happen? So we will get another test, which is nothing but spicy. So this is nothing but without inner class, without anonymous inner class, how we are running the show in general. Okay, but once if we are using anonymous inner class, we can reduce this concept. We are not required to create a class like that. I will show you how it will be. Up to this, any queries? Clear? So now
Yes.
what I am doing is, whenever we are creating object for popcorn, I don't want to write code separately. Just cut this code and you can put here. So this statement is not required. Now what is the meaning of this one? Sir, is it anonymous inner class or not? Yes. How it is anonymous inner class? You can see, sir, we created a parent class reference. So to hold child class object. Sir, here sub popcorn name is not required. So here this one is called as what? Anonymous inner class. Okay. Now in future, if you want to create another popcorn, like P3 is equal to new popcorn, P3 dot state. For every time, it will always call the base class method. But whenever you want to change, then automatically what you need to do? You have to override that. You have to override that. Okay. So where we are overriding? Sir, inside that object creation itself, we are writing. We are not required to write a separate class for meet this requirement. That is my point here. Now you can see the program is working. Let me see the style of class files. So I will do one thing, just del star dot class. I am deleting all the class files. Now I will compile the program and I will run the program. Now see dir star dot class. What is the structure of class files we can see now. Now observe, sir, test dot class, popcorn dot class. So there is a test $1. Sir, inside method only we created, right? You can see in the main method only we created. That's why $1. Is there any name for that? No, nameless. I hope you understood very clearly. Any questions?
So can I go to the yeah, right. So actually, the syntax is like what when you create inner classes. So we have to use new operator and that
Whenever
class
you
name,
are
and
using
this is the
anonymous
this is
one,
the syntax.
yeah, this is the syntax. We are not, see, don't feel that
Okay.
it is nothing but the syntax. It is a normal way of creating objects. For which
Correct.
class? For
Yes.
this class. Is there any name for this class? No. Then it belongs to which class? Child
Okay.
class of popcorn. Got it?
Okay. So yeah, if you want to know the class name of the class, it should be
Hmm.
what is the class name of this class?
See,
Uh,
now I will print system dot out dot println of, I am taking, so p1 dot get class, okay, dot get name. So what output it should
that
return?
name.
P1 belongs to which class?
Uh, popcorn. Popcorn.
Hmm. So let us see what is the
P1
output
belongs to
that we
popcorn
are
class,
getting.
right?
Hmm. It is belongs to popcorn class. Clear?
Popcorn.
Now
Yes.
P2 belongs to which class?
P2 belong to
Is
the
it showing
anonymous inner
any
classes.
popcorn? No, it is anonymous in our class. Got it?
No.
Now, if you are
Okay.
taking
Okay. Okay.
P3,
So that means okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it belongs to popcorn only. That means for this
Test dollar up
popcorn
to
only,
popcorn.
specially we
Okay.
created one class. that is called as nameless class.
Yes.
Clear? Don't worry, I will take one more example, you will get
Mhm.
clarity. Clear?
Okay. Okay. Yes.
So now just let me give some analysis on this so that you will get clarity. Okay. Now observe. See, I'm going to take 3 case studies here. What is the first case study? Is case 1. What is the first case here? The first case is nothing but we have seen one statement like popcorn. Popcorn P is equal to new popcorn. We have seen a statement like this, right? Now, what is the meaning of this? Can I use the word just we are creating which class object? Popcorn class object. Correct? Correct, Kiran?
Yes, sir.
Now, second
Yes.
case, what is the second case is popcorn P is equal to new popcorn, and here I am taking the brackets, but inside these brackets I am not writing any code. Empty code is there. I am not writing anything. Just empty code is there. So what is the meaning of this? Sir, we are declaring a class. We are declaring a class. Okay. That extends which class? Popcorn. That extends popcorn class. Without name. Can I use this one is nothing but what? Anonymous inner class.
Anonymous. Yeah.
Okay, for that class, okay, for that child class, we are creating an object. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. Now what is the third case is, observe carefully. The third case is, assume inside this what we did, we have overridden one method. So that code I am writing now. So void test method I am taking. So with some implementation I have written some code here. Assume that it is nothing but some SOP statement is there like that. Now what is the meaning of this? Here we are creating, or we are declaring a class that extends popcorn class without without any name. What is the meaning of this? It is anonymous inner class. Okay. So in that child class, so we are overriding which method? Test method. So for that class we are creating an object with parent reference. Got it? Now I think you got clarity. Understood, sir? Everyone, please confirm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, this one we are going to use widely in multi-threading applications, because in multi-threading, whenever if you want to create a new thread, you have to extend the properties from thread class. And in that thread class, one method is there called run method. We have to override that. So instead of creating another class, you can take anonymous inner class like this. This
Yeah.
facility is there, but in the
So
multi-threading I will show you.
the benefits like, yes, the benefit is like we can reduce the lines of code, right? So
Yes,
what?
we are
Okay. So
reducing the number of lines.
similar thing we can do, right? So what are the things we are doing normal in our classes, right? We can also write here, like
Yes,
overriding, or we can write our own methods, right?
yes, exactly.
Okay.
Clear?
So,
Now, so just maybe it is not too early to talk about this, but let me demonstrate. Maybe I'm talking about the multi-threading. Okay, in the multi-threading, you will get clear clarity on this. Okay, but let me talk now. Defining a thread by extending thread class properties. There is one class is there with name thread. So I'm going to write multiple cases like how multi-threading, I mean how this class is going to work. Now observe, I'm going to take one special class called my thread. At very top level, I will explain. My thread extends thread class properties. Inside this, we have to override one special method called run method, where we need to define the job. Like, what is the job here is, for integer I is equal to 0 or I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus, 5 times I am trying to print a message called child thread. I'm printing 5 times a message called child thread. Now in the main method, we are going to run that thread. How to run? Very simple. My thread t is equal to new my thread, like this I am taking, and we are going to start that thread. What is the meaning of this is, you people will get in detail in our upcoming classes, but as of now not required. Just we are going to start a thread. So once if you start a thread, what will happen? We are going to get output like this, child thread, or let me print up to 10 times. So now I'm going to define this particular statement inside main also. Like here I am printing main thread. It is related to the multi-threading. What will happen? Both the main thread and child thread are going to execute parallelly. This in detail I will explain in multi-threading. Okay, but because this is the scenario, that's why I'm explaining. So here there are two threads are there. One is main thread, another one is child thread. Both are executing. Now you can see, you can't predict the output every time. Now you can see main thread, child thread. So main thread, child thread, sir, somewhere it is going to change. At least one or two lines it is going to change. Maybe yeah, main thread, child thread, main thread, child thread, keep on, it is coming. Yeah, you can see now, main thread followed by child thread, again main thread. Like that it will keep on changing. We can't predict. So what is the meaning of this? If you want to do multi-threading program, you need to define a class which should extend thread class properties. There you need to override run method, then create object for that class and start that thread. That's all, nothing more than this. So I hope at least at a top level, what is what you understood. Clear?
Yes.
Clear now. So can I apply anonymous inner class for this? Please confirm, can I apply anonymous inner class for this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Why? Because see, when we can go for anonymous inner class, when your class is, you can see, your class contains only one method. So I'm going to define this entire code inside this. We can take, right? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Can we take or not?
Sir,
Yes,
not only
happily we can
class,
define.
right? For interface, sir, for interface also you can write anonymous in a class, right?
The next example is that one only. Clear?
Okay, okay.
So
Yes,
now
sir.
just to see the, now I am removing this line. Now you can see, sir, I am going to create, you should not take like this. You have to take which name? Thread t is equal to,
Third
so
class.
new thread. What is the meaning of this? I am taking thread class reference. I am going to define my own thread. So this will become user defined thread with parent class reference. Now just for getting clarity, I am adding two dots so that you can see in the output really is this reflection is happening or not. Now see, main thread, child thread, main thread, child thread, main thread, child thread, like parallel execution is happening. So previously whatever concept I told, for that continuation, generally how you can write, by using this anonymous inner class, what benefit you will get. So the second case is also clear, I think so. Understood?
Yes.
Now, so now listen, this is nothing but how to define the first case. What is the first case that I explained? Anonymous inner classes that extends a class. So there is no doubt in this, right? Even I hope I covered 4 to 5 examples. Clear, right?
Yes.
Now, so now we have to talk about the next one, which is nothing but anonymous inner class that implements an interface. Same multi-threading example only I am going to take. So in this case, what I am going to do is, so I am defining a thread by implementing runnable by implementing runnable interface. We have runnable interface is there. By using that also we can implement a thread. Sir, how to do that? So class my runnable, so which implements runnable, like this we have to take. Inside that I am going to define public void. Which method we have to define? Run method. So as usual, for integer I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 6, I plus plus, the message which I am going to print here is okay, something like I'm going to print something like IND India, something like that. Okay, so now this one is not required. So how to create object for this? My runnable r is equal to new my runnable, like this I am taking. Then we have to create one thread object for this by passing that runnable interface. So next t dot start, I am going to start this. Then for I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to maybe here also I am going to take 6, I plus plus, I am going to print so some other thread. What is the next thread here I am going to take is, observe carefully, AUS, Australia India, the match is going on, right? That's why. So now you can see what is output. Sir, previously directly we created child class object, but here we are not creating child class, we are taking our own class which implements runnable, but the concept is the same. Now let us run. Australia India, Australia India, like that it is going to execute parallelly one after another. So this is nothing but how to create a thread in another way. Clear?
Yes.
So for this also we can apply anonymous inner class concept. How to define? Sir, same thing. Here I am going to take this runnable r is equal to new runnable. You have taken, right? Here you can copy paste. That's all.
So we need to change the runnable interface, right? So we know.
Now you can see what is the advantage of this. Correct? Here we need to start, and sorry, inside this there is a run method is there, so which is going to print the message 6 times. Okay, and run method implementation completed, and that class implementation completed. That's all. Now this one is not required. Got it?
So we need to change to runnable, right? My runnable.
We need to change it to runnable r is equal to new runnable. In the syntax I explained, right? Now we are creating one implementation class for runnable interface. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now let us see how to run this program. Java C test.java. So Java space test, you can see. Got it? Clear, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now, so that's all. Next, what is the next concept is anonymous inner class that defined inside the arguments. Anonymous inner class that defined inside the argument. So we can also define inside arguments also. Maybe I'm going to take another program for demonstrating. Inside argument also we can do one small modification. It is a bit tricky code, sir. Please try to understand. Sir, observe carefully. In this program, thread T is there. Sir, what you are passing for this thread class object? Can you please confirm? What object we are passing for the thread class object? Runnable interface, correct?
Runnable interface. Yes.
Now, this is the value for runnable interface. Am I right?
Yes. So
This
we can
entire
directly
thing
pass
we can pass this one. It is also going to work. Let me take here
Yeah,
Pakistan.
okay.
Like this also we can take. It will work. If you want, you can check. One second. Yeah. Don't get confused. Sir, is it working?
Yes.
Still we can reduce this code. Okay, what is that is very simple. Observe carefully. See here, no need to take this one. We are creating a new thread object by passing runnable interface. This is the story what we have. On that directly you can call start method also.
We can
Got it?
call start. Yeah,
So this
correct.
is the most confusion way of defining the threads. Okay. These things in the multi-threading you can practice well. If time permits, I will cover there also. Got it?
Yes.
So in how many ways we can use these anonymous inner classes? There are three ways are there. What is the first way? An anonymous inner class we can use
Yes.
for
Yeah.
extending another class, for implementing another class. Sometimes if anywhere argument is also there, for that also we can use. Got it?
Yes.
Now, so what is the difference between normal inner class and anonymous inner class? We will spend for some time. Okay. So normal inner class versus anonymous inner class. When we can go for normal inner class and when we should go for anonymous inner class, let me cover. Sir, a normal inner class can extend only one class at a time, correct? So even anonymous inner class also extends only one class at a time. Remember, this point is very common. For example, if you are taking class A extends B, inside that some code we are going to write. Whereas coming to anonymous inner class, so you can create one more object like this, but how many classes it can extend at a time? Only one class it can extend, correct?
Yes.
So this point is very common. Next, sir, a normal Java class can implement how many interface? Any number of
Multiple interface.
interfaces at a time, correct? But
Yes.
but anonymous anonymous inner class can implement only one interface at a time. So because we are not going to give any names and all, right, that's why only one interface we have to implement. This is the main difference. Clear?
Yes.
Now one more difference. So a normal Java class, okay, can extend a class and implement any number of interfaces at a time, correct? But
Yeah.
anonymous inner class can extend only one class, or can implement only one interface. Both at a time is not possible. Either any one operation you have to do, both not possible, correct?
Yes.
Next, so in normal inner class, okay, in normal inner class we can define constructor, correct? But in
Yes.
anonymous inner class we can't define constructor. Why? Because in anonymous inner class there won't be any
Don't
class
know
name, right?
the class name.
That's why this
Yes.
is nothing but the common difference between so normal inner class and anonymous inner class. Any queries up to this?
No.
Clear?
Yes.
Right. So almost that's all about inner classes what we have.